Dave.
How you doing? Another year, 2012.
Here we are.
What's hot in Tucson, and we're raring to go. We got to go to all the different motels. I understand that Arizona Minerals is the theme this year over town, and we have to capture everything that's been discovered, and what collections are broken up, and what collections are being shared, and all the activities from the motels to the convention center. So I'm really looking forward to it. So
we'll start in the motels.
Yes.
And then we'll hit the convention center, which the theme of that is Minerals of Arizona.
That's right.
Really special.
Yes.
Really special.
It's going to be real special.
And the viewers are going to really enjoy this because you're going to be showing them what all of the dealers are brought into town, give them an idea of that. And then when we get into the convention center, we'll go through all of the exhibits and really show them what it's all about for Arizona.
Very good. Yeah. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay. We'll start off right away into some of the motels.
Okay, Dave.
Jordi.
Hi Dave,
Nice
to see you again.
Every year.
Looks great. What happens with your healthy? It's fantastic.
A lot of weight and cutting down is getting too heavy.
Very young. You look wonderful. Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
You look younger than me.
No.
Yeah, that's terrible.
I'm 75.
I feel old.
75, an old fart.
No, but I feel old comparing with you. Congratulations. You look great.
Thank you.
Honestly. Here we have a batch of pieces from the famous collector Desmond Sacco from South Africa.
Right.
He's the owner of the famous Kalahari manganese fields mines.
That's right.
He was very active in Sumep too, and he still has a fantastic collection.
And this group is all Sumep?
All Sumep, excepting the Calcite is from Kalahari manganese fields and Schwanning mine. The rest, it's all Sumep. Sumep produce a lot of different calcites.
Oh yeah, they did. There's such a variety of minerals they got.
Exactly, of species.
Amazing.
And not only species, but also on the same species, different types, different crystal forms, different colors.
It's a nice azurite.
Very
typical Sumep material. Yeah, they're so hard to get now.
The luster.
The luster.
Yeah,
like a mirror bright.
Yes, not only the azurite, but the cerusite on the bottom.
Yes.
Covering the matrix.
Yeah, and feel it.
Yeah.
Weight.
Feel
weight.
heavy. Yeah. Cerusite is a lead.
That's right.
There's a new find in Ojuela mine, very recent, just 2-3 weeks ago. And this is a species never found before in Ojuela mine, the motramite.
Yeah, never seen it. Yeah.
No.
It's new.
It's completely new, and it's a new species for a mine well known with a lot of different species, and it's exciting to find something new in a so classic mine. It's the best piece probably from the wall pocket, or one of the best.
Yeah, it's very fine.
Very nice form, like tall flowers, and something new.
Yes. We're always looking for that, for what's hot in Tucson. That's what it's all about.
From China is a group of mines in Inner Mongolia giving a lot of new stuff.
Yes.
This is a danalite, a rare species.
Yeah.
This is a rhodonite from the same group of mines on magnetite. From the same mine you have Helvite, big crystals. This is well known, it was famous in the past years. But that mine produced a lot of different species.
Very much so.
Like, for example, this is an Helvite on quartz with magnetite.
Oh, yes.
The tetraedric crystal. This is a gentelbite. This is a gentelbite. And you should analyze each one because danalite, gentelbite, and Helvite is a series, and they grow zoned. So you should analyze the core of the crystal and the top of the crystal.
Very good.
Let me give you an example. For example, the danalite here. If you analyze just the top, you have Helvite. The colorful material, the orange brownish, this is Helvite. But as you can see, the core is brown, is black.
So. Okay.
And inside is danalite. So the main crystal is danalite.
Right.
And the top is Helvite, overgrowth, zoned. And you should analyze each one. Other main novelty in the show Those are chalcopyrites
Okay.
with siderite from
Okay.
some unknown locality in China. The
All
Chinese dealers say Inner Mongolia. This is not true.
Oh, it is in Mongolia.
No.
Okay.
Then they say Sichuan. It could be, or maybe not. So I label it as China because honestly, I don't know from where they are.
I see.
But the most interesting thing is that this is a crystal of tetrahedrite, a huge crystal of tetrahedrite. You can see the black corner here, or you can see here a little bit the tetrahedrite covered with epitactic chalcopyrite.
Oh.
So making the combo very nice.
Yeah.
As the chalcopyrite is very shiny, the color is good,
Yeah.
and it makes the combination very aesthetics.
Very good.
So that's common. That's not frequent on that mine, the tetrahedrite, and we will see what that mine will produce on the future.
Right.
But we hope to get good stuff. This is a superb azurite
Very good. Beautiful.
from Tuizit. Tuizit is a classic Moroccan mine, now closed and flooded. So no more chances to find more in the future.
Okay.
And that piece could be one of the best from that mine from ever.
And that's something.
Yes. I am
I'm glad you pointed that out because
very aesthetic.
it's a shame when those mines get flooded. It's a big problem trying
It's
to
a
get
big
all
problem.
that water out. It's very expensive, and most of them just can't do it.
Okay, that's what I can tell you
Well,
that
good
time.
for you.
Nice to see you again.
Another nice
Dave.
year for you. Good
My
luck.
pleasure to meet you. Enjoy the show. Enjoy the next days, and thank you to visit me, and
By all
thank you to
means,
tape
you always have
my
lovely
specimens.
things to show us. John, we finally got together. We've been trying to get together for several days.
Busy in Tucson as usual,
a lot
huh,
of
Dave?
people here, a lot of activity.
Oh,
Yeah, they're
that's
having
what
a
we
good
come
show.
here every year for, huh?
Yeah, exactly. But it seems to get busier and busier, and here supposed to get together with you a couple days ago, but I appreciate you waiting, and finally we made it here.
I'm very fortunate to have a really great display of meteorites this year, and what makes it a nice display is that they're historic pieces and the recent pieces that have been found, but in a lot of cases they're very important pieces because of the size of the meteorites. These are what are called main masses, and we have several examples of those in the case this year. And while they don't look particularly attractive in the same sense that some of our crystal specimens do, what makes these unique is that in the world of meteorites, this is the main piece of this particular fall that's known. There's
Very
no
good.
other pieces larger. And that's what really makes the little collection that we've assembled of these main masses very important this
Very
year.
good.
And
Wow.
we have two different Mars rocks. This is NWA 1068. Meteorites are typically known by a numerical and a letter classification once they're described.
Yeah.
And this is actually a meteorite that came from Mars, from an asteroid hitting into Mars with such force that Mars material was thrown out of its atmosphere into the solar system, where it was captured by our gravity here on our planet and brought down to Earth. I just
How
find that a
interesting.
fascinating
Very
story
much
to
so.
think about it.
Very much
And this
so.
is actually a very fresh piece.
Yeah.
It was sitting on the surface. It wasn't real heavily weathered. It's a
Isn't
very
that
fragile
something?
thing as compared to some of the iron nickel meteorites that most
Exactly.
people may be interested in.
Yeah.
This particular fall right here, which is NWA 2646, is again an extremely rare fall, and it's a unique meteorite in that there's no other ones that are known
Oh, that's
that have this
fantastic.
particular type of makeup. And as such, it makes it just all the more special that we've been able to find these things, and now we
that's
can share them with
fantastic.
other collectors and enthusiasts. Some crystals that I had the opportunity to collect a little while ago are these beautiful tourmaline crystals. Now, we're very lucky in that this was a very clean pocket that I broke on into, but this is actually how the crystals appeared fresh from the pocket.
And these are Himalayas.
These are Himalaya mine tourmalines.
Mesa Grande, California.
Down in Southern California, exactly. And these will be crystals.
You found these.
Oh,
Good
can you
for
believe it? It was a wonderful
And when
day,
was this?
Dave.
What year?
This was a little while ago now,
Okay.
but it's been something that I've been working towards so that I
Wow.
can actually bring them in and get them cleaned. And I've been showing them off to friends. And
Yes.
many of the viewers of the What's Hot in Tucson series will know the name Joe Dorris for producing the Amazonite and smoky quartzes.
Yes.
as a thrill, Dave, I showed this little matrix specimen to Joe's son, Tim. And he, may I have the long one, please? He says, you know, I think it fits. And we turn it, and it looks like this was the original orientation of this crystal when it grew. There's been some healing, which is what happens when a crystal breaks.
That's right.
And there's solutions that come back to re-heal the broken edges. So this isn't a perfect fit anymore, but if we look real close, the edges on the matrix here and the edges of the crystal coincide, and it's quite likely that these two were originally mated, and what a phenomenal matrix specimen that would have been.
Yes.
Well,
Very
Dave,
good.
it's really been a pleasure to share with you tonight
Yes.
some of the awesome things, or certainly things that I'm excited about here in the room. I just feel very thankful, and I really appreciate your
John,
stopping on in here,
Good
Dave.
job.
Very
really
much.
appreciate seeing these beautiful things.
Thank you, Dave. Have a good time shooting What's Hot in Tucson.
Yeah,
I
we're
look
getting-
forward to seeing the episode when it's finally put onto
It's a
production.
good year. We're having a lot of fun and finding some wonderful things.
Excellent. It's a
Yeah.
pleasure as always, Dave. Thank you
Thanks
for your
a lot,
time.
John. Yeah. Tim, how you doing?
Hi, how are you?
You guys have been busy, haven't you? Some
We're-
fine things in here.
Thanks. Yeah, we've been pretty busy to say the least.
Yeah.
Stress level's pretty high, but you know.
Yeah, that's a gorgeous thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
This is an Amazonite and smoky quartz specimen from the Smoky Hawk mine down in Colorado. And this one is from a new pocket we found this summer called the 992 pocket,
Okay.
which I have a bit of a funny story about, but
Okay.
I'll go ahead and take this on out and
Sure.
let you see it for you.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, that one with the color is just the
Color,
best I've ever
beautiful.
seen for
It's
it's an Amazonite, so it's on the blue scale. You get a blue or a green scale, you know, because you have
Yes.
blue-green running through. And
Yes.
this one's definitely on the blue scale
Real
for color.
blue. Very much so.
And the quality is just outstanding. There's no little red pitting or anything like that. It
Exactly.
was found on the last day of operating, and we called it the 992 pocket
Okay.
because we had a huge piece of machinery break down about 2 weeks into mining. It's our big 70-ton excavator we got.
Okay.
Dig up these things, and we went to the top of the pit that we're operating, and we parked it there and
Yeah.
took a day off.
Yeah.
Came back, machine wouldn't start, so it was broken for about 6 weeks this summer.
Uh-huh.
And we finally get it working again.
Yeah.
And as we're operating, while it's broken down, we're digging all the way around it, digging a big island all the way around this
And that
thing.
was just sitting there.
Just sitting there,
Yeah.
and we dig a huge island around it.
Uh-huh.
And then we finally get it working. And the last day, we drag it into the hole. And where it was sitting, we dug a pocket. We found this pocket
Wow.
right underneath the 992.
Oh,
All
that's
summer, the
neat.
pocket was sitting there.
That's so funny.
This specimen has no repairs on it, which is just about unheard of
So hard to
for
get
our
'em.
region.
That's fantastic. No repairs. Thank you very much. I'll take that. I see something very interesting there. What do you have there?
Now this is the first occurrence ever found where we operate.
Okay.
And this is called a Genthelvite. It's related to the Helvite
Okay.
and that series of minerals.
Fabulous crystal.
And I've never, ever seen anything like that from that region. It's
Wow.
huge. Normally, if they are found in Colorado, they're from a different locality, and they're micros, basically.
Okay.
So-
Oh, that's a major find.
Now, these minerals are from the same mine,
Okay.
but these were found, I want to say, between two operating seasons roughly. So these are between 2 years. And they're just smaller pockets that I was able to work up. These two are one pocket, and they
Okay.
were the only thing in the pocket. Everything else was destroyed. It was a pretty big pocket, actually.
Ah, a lot of
But-
work it went into isolate this out.
Yep.
Yeah.
And as you can see on this one, it has a greener color.
Yes, I
than
can
the,
see
the
that.
other
Very
pocket.
much so.
greener color.
Very interesting. You pointed that out, and I could see what you mean now, what you're saying there.
And it also has the white caps.
Yeah.
And this one is just really neat. This is a small pocket. This was the only rock in it. But I call it the propeller because of these two quartzes perfectly lined up, and there's the little crank.
Isn't that the truth? Yeah, look at that's funny.
And again, that's
Double terminator. That's amazing.
and again,
That's
this
so
is
cute,
an Amazonite smoky quartz, and it also has all the Clevelandite running through.
Sure does.
And the white caps and white stripes.
And this came out when?
2010, I believe.
Okay. Fantastic.
This one was found back in 2008.
Okay.
Here you go. It's from the Smithsonian pocket.
Oh.
We had, I believe, Mike Weiss was out from the Smithsonian visiting the
Okay,
mine.
I was going to say, how did it get Smithsonian?
Yes. It was the only thing we found that summer, and he was there and, you know,
Well,
saw
that's
the
all
pocket
right.
and pulled a great piece
How
out.
exciting. Yeah, that's a beautiful piece. Well, they're all beautiful. But that catches me, the 1, 2, 3 in the center one. Yeah, that's beautiful.
This one's from our mine.
Oh, very
it's just on the
good.
common microcline, but
Okay.
really nice
Wow.
crystal.
That's beautiful.
Not bad for being 1 billion years old.
Unbelievable. So I congratulate
Thank
you.
you
Keep
very
up the good
much.
work, and your dad, and I think it's great.
Thank you.
Yeah, very good. Evil, how you
Hi.
doing this
Hi.
year? Another year, okay?
Yeah.
Exciting, and once again, all you guys come up with some good stuff that we need. And I was in here the other day, and I said, "Oh my God, these platinum nuggets! I can't believe it. It really is something to see this
Yeah.
many platinum nuggets available and with their size. So this is really exciting to see this in the United States like that."
Yeah, we buy them officially from Russian government,
Okay.
from the place which is called something like governmental treasury place.
Uh-huh.
So they've been keeping some exceptional nuggets for years, and time after time they just sell some of them.
Okay.
So we were lucky to get them this time.
Fantastic.
From these three,
Yes.
from these three, this is the largest. It's like well, almost 12 ounces.
Wow.
The other
Okay.
two like 11 ounces.
I see.
What about this? How do you like this?
Wow. Look at that. So what's this way? Look at this.
Oh, it's almost 700 grams, which is over. It's like 21 something ounces.
Okay.
Yeah, it's our largest.
And this came out around the 80s and at the same period?
Oh, this piece, I guess, was found in 1986.
Okay. Fantastic. You have 2 tall tourmalines in this case. Are these Russian tourmalines?
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay.
Let's see, Brian, why don't we just go over here? Get some light in there. Very good. That's beautiful country. Now, this is magnificent. They had the cooperite last year, and this year, and what I like about these cooperites, not only they're magnificent cooperites, fabulous cooperites, but you have more this year with the cooperite altering to native copper.
Exactly, yeah.
See, the pseudomorphic. And you really have a wonderful selection of them. And I really like to see the regular cooperite with the copper like that. So you got there, and see all the big ones back there. That's a fantastic exhibit of them.
Yeah, and you can also have on one piece, so like a full pseudomorph
Yes.
of copper after cooperite.
Right.
You have like partial pseudomorph.
Yes.
And
yes.
what's most interesting, the copper is altering cooperite from inside out.
Inside. Yeah.
Yeah, so
See,
you
that's
have
very
you still have
unusual.
like cooperite on the surface.
Yes.
But it's copper inside.
Exactly.
eh?
Yeah.
And you have all these crystals on one specimen, like
Oh, it's
fully
fantastic.
pseudomorph,
Right.
partially. And there is some crystals, even there are full pseudomorph of copper after cooperite,
Yes,
covered by second cooperite generation. There are
That's
some
right.
wild things, you know.
Oh, wild things.
absolutely incredible.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Good job.
Okay.
Keep it up. Thanks
Thank
a lot.
you.
Appreciate it.
Have a good one.
How are you?
Good to see you again.
Nice seeing you. Boy, did that year go fast, didn't it?
Yeah, it's 12
Seemed like
months,
I
doesn't
saw you a
wait.
couple months ago.
It doesn't waste time.
Unbelievable. Well, it's another great show you have here, and
Thank
it's
you.
obvious. I've been walking around, and Brian and I have been filming and everything, and there's some wonderful exhibits of minerals, and boy, is it increasing.
Yes.
We've gotten some very, very top-notch dealers in here. You guys are doing a marvelous job.
Thank you.
Of developing this thing. And you know what's so nice? You guys are so polite. They ask, oh, I never saw it. There's coffee, and can we do anything? It's totally different. Yeah, you guys do an A-plus job.
Thank you.
As far as running these things.
Yeah, Marcus Budil joined our show this year, which is really excellent for us to be as well thought of as a show. To have Marcus Budil join is really a feather in our cap.
Very much.
And we've been, as you know from our prior interviews, we started a international fine mineral dealers building, and that's just done very well. And having Marcus join our show is just a compliment to that new facility.
Very much so. So you keep growing, and you're doing a wonderful job, and you keep up the good work.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate
Okay.
it. Marcus,
Dave.
once again.
How are you?
I think it's 2 years since I've seen you. Or was that last year at the show? I guess it was last year at the show anyway, but the time goes so fast. It seemed like it was like a couple months ago.
Yeah,
And I'm telling that to all the different people I haven't seen for a year now. And the big news is you have been moved over to this great hotel
yeah. I
here.
got actually very lucky here.
Oh, yeah.
They offered me the space
Yeah.
last year, actually,
Okay.
nobody knew about.
Okay.
So this was originally the office of the hotel here, and they said, it's like a nice living room. You have the window
the
here,
big windows and overlooking
So
the room.
they offered me the space here. And, I gotta take this opportunity.
Yes.
And put in some nice rocks. So I fixed it last
have
year,
nice
and
rocks.
now we're here.
Yeah, it's wonderful. And I was shocked when I walked in here. I mean, this blows my mind. Look at all the tanzanites you got. They're beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Then you got minerals over here and the line. It's a perfect place, and you got all these new cases and everything.
What I really
Everything
liked
fits
about this whole place is, as I said, the atmosphere. There's a lot of traffic here, as you can
Oh,
see.
very much so.
Many people, and
many
you have
people
all
come
varieties.
in.
You have jewelry, you have cut stones, you have
Yes.
minerals,
Yes.
and these nice food places.
Exactly.
And for me, it's perfect because you see, we walk right in the lobby. And,
Exactly.
You know,
It's fantastic.
so I'm very happy. I'm very pleased to be
Yeah,
here.
the
actually.
location.
Yeah.
I can't think of a better location. You really lucked out to get this location. Well, that's fantastic. Are you still doing the Western Look show?
Absolutely, I'll be
Okay.
there like every
Okay.
year. This is just something I added to the Westward
Okay,
Look.
very good.
So I'm at 2 locations
Yeah,
now.
because that's a fabulous location
exactly.
for that. Yeah.
Of course, this is like really for the high end, for the top
Yes.
quality. That's the Westward Look. That's the
That's
main.
right. So you're
event
still
for us.
maintaining your operation. up there.
Exactly.
That's good.
So I do both because, as we discussed before, there's just a different kind of people here that
Yeah, just
they say, wow, I've
nobody
never
you
seen
don't
this
know-
before.
Exactly.
Yeah. And in the Westward Look, we all see each other every year. You know.
Ready to throw tomatoes at each other.
Okay, so we see each other next week.
In the Western Look. Well, Aisha, once again, hi.
Hi.
Once again.
Good to see you.
You know, that year went too fast. It seemed like we got together 3 or 4 months ago.
I know, it's
The hell did
2012
this time go?
already. Pakistan is still producing some beautiful aquamarine, and the color seems to be getting more intense with each
That's
passing
what it
year.
is. That's what it is. Look at the color of this specimen. And the thing of it is that, there's a lot, to be honest with you, there's a lot of these beautiful big crystals and everything. Like I see some other beautiful, that's a beautiful thing, but they have that lighter color. This has that real rich, intense color to it. And it's stepped up like this, and with the albite crystal sprinkle. This is a lovely specimen.
First time we saw an aquamarine, and the color is just like the aquamarine
beautiful.
from Pakistan.
Yeah.
It's
Now,
a
let me
small-
mention that you brought up a very good point here, and I want to point this out now. Okay, this aquamarine, if you see the colors, this is a little more bluer, and this is a little more greener. However, this is extremely intense color due to the fact it isn't that big of a crystal.
Yes.
So if you blew this up to that size, it'd be really a deep blue. This is a fine blue for a small aquamarine, totally complete. I mean, that thing is just totally crystallized all the way around it.
The blue sapphire from
Okay.
Badakhshan, from where we find the lapis from.
Yeah, exactly. that locality. Now look at that, nice perfect one jetting off of that.
And
Yeah,
usually we get small crystals.
It's all terminated.
But
That
getting
looks-
that large, and the reason is that it's very seldom we get large crystals. They get damaged because the matrix is extremely hard, and they do not
Okay.
have the proper tools
Okay.
to trim it and prep it. So in the process, they
Don't give them
make
any help. Get it in the country this
Yes.
way. Let us trim it
Yes.
because then they go up way.
This is from
This
the
is
same
something.
location as
Hackmanite?
Hackmanite.
It is Hackmanite, okay.
And they're very Hackmanites. It's a sodalite family, so the soft it's a soft stone, so it gets damaged very easily.
Mm-hmm.
So very seldom we get nice gemmy lustrous pieces.
Okay. Look at that thing. This, yeah, that's a typical, like real bright red. I'm going to get that up a little higher and show that color. Look at that thing. These have that color.
Yes.
They have that Burmese kind of
Yes, you
look
can
to
compare
it.
to the ones from Burma
yeah,
for sure.
look at that. Yeah, very much so. That's a very fine specimen.
And these are 3 crystals.
Yes.
And it's smoky quartz
Right?
and
Double terminated.
double terminated, and we have a watermelon tourmaline.
Mm-hmm.
It's nicely rehealed surface, very unusual striation.
Yes.
And it's both ways rehealed.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a topaz
Oh, very good. Yeah, right
crystal
here. Yeah.
with tourmaline going through.
Okay.
This tourmaline and this, it makes like a cross.
Yes.
Makes it a very unusual.
It's beautiful. Now, this is something else. First of all, the tourmaline's fabulous, and you can see it has wonderful translucency to it and everything. You got a thin top cap of blue, but don't misunderstand. The tourmaline's gorgeous, but you did a magnificent job how you backlit it from the top and the bottom. What a wonderful job. Did you do this?
Yes, I did. It took me about 15 days and about 20 trips to hardware store.
Okay. Well, you did a #1 job
I
on that.
looked online everywhere. I checked with the showcase experts, and they didn't have anything available the way I wanted it.
Right.
Because this specimen was, that's how I thought it should be
Yes,
displayed.
very much so.
I couldn't find one, so then I decided that I should try myself. And this is the end result.
Oh, it's beautiful. So it really has 2 major colors, peppermint pink and sapphire blue, thin cap at the top. No, that's a lovely thing. And all the side prism crystal. Is there any broken? It looks like it's perfect.
No,
It's
no
perfect.
damage at all. No
Fantastic.
damage at all.
It's all
And
perfect.
actually, it could be displayed like 360.
Yes, you can go all the way. Okay,
It's,
that's good. You answered.
No
Yeah, I wanted to
damage
know.
anywhere.
Yes.
But this we choose this to be the front because we have these associated
Yes.
crystals very well balanced on each
Yes,
side.
that's right.
And
No,
so-
you got it displayed. I can't think of. Oh, anyway, congratulations,
Thank
and once
you.
again, you did another
And thank
beautiful
you,
job
thank
of
you,
setting up
Brian
the-
and Luke at Productions.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the honor and privilege again.
Right. Thank
You all
you.
do a wonderful job.
Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you so
Yeah.
much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good
So
work.
much.
Keep
Thank
it up.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
James, how you doing?
Nice
Another
to see
year.
You. Nice to see you, Dave.
So how you doing?
Doing well. How about
Good.
yourself?
I'm hanging in there and forgetful here or there, but I'm doing fine.
Good.
But boy, did I spot something in here. That is exciting. That's exciting. Can you do me a favor? Let's pull that one out. That's a
Sure.
hell of a tourmaline one. Okay, what you have is a smoky quartz there. I got it. Smoky quartz, and then the beautiful pink tourmaline with side prisms here. And this is one hell of an aesthetic mineral. It's absolutely beautiful. As far as I know, it's all intact too.
It is.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
a beautiful thing. And when was this found, approximately?
Whenever the big piece that came out, the rows of, or what was the piece called? About 5 years ago, I think, 5, 6 years ago is when the.
You mean the big one at Munich?
Yes, the
And then
big
it's
Munich
in the
one.
Milan Museum.
Yes.
Yeah. Came out that time.
Yeah, same. I believe the same pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's absolutely beautiful.
It's a nice. It is such a nice balanced aesthetic too.
Very good. And this fluorite, this is something.
Yes, the fluorite is quite dandy
Is
as
that
well.
Pakistan?
Yes, it is. Pak-
This is unbelievable. You never years ago see any at the size.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
quite
beautiful
big.
color.
Nice little
Muscovite in the
luster.
back and beautiful luster. Crystal faces. And this was taken out approximately
2 years ago.
2 years ago. Okay. Very good.
Yes.
And there's a tourmaline here. You said it was from Mozambique. I
Mozambique,
believe.
and that was a new find this past year.
Okay, great.
So yeah,
You know what's nice about this? You don't see any big cracks running through it, like big fissures running through it and
No.
everything. And what I'd like to do is take this outside to get a little backlighting on it.
It's really great to have another new mineral or a new specimen come out from more parts of the world.
Very much so.
We're not done yet, thank God.
Oh, that's good.
So, yeah, a lot of nice colors in there.
Beautiful. Keep up the good work. I mean,
Thanks.
that's a real accomplishment. Those 3 specimens are very, very superb specimens.
I appreciate you
Yeah.
coming in, and always a pleasure seeing you.
Thanks a lot, James. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Puzo.
Good to see you, Dave.
Nice seeing you again. And,
Likewise.
And we stopped by to make an appointment to see you so we can see a couple good things you have here.
Yeah.
And while I'm standing here, I see some very unusual pockets of a bird's nest. I never seen anything like it. You got blue, what is that, azurite?
I believe it's azurite, yeah.
And these are bird's nests.
Yeah, that's what they
Now,
call
are
them.
are they actually copper or what? Rock?
Rock. They're concretions
Okay,
from dripping solutions in the mine.
Because these are so coppery, it kind of threw me.
Yeah.
Take that blue
Well, and
out,
this one
just
has
see.
to have copper, right? Because it is.
Yeah, right.
It is azurite, I believe.
Well, that's the darndest thing I've ever seen. You know, I've seen them with the white little eggs and all that kind of stuff. Like that little one, that's a small one with that
Yeah.
little egg there. That is very unusual. And where are these from? Is it
Bisbee.
It's all Bisbee.
It's a Bisbee collection.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Okay, Bisbee, Arizona.
Yeah.
That's great. Boy, this is really something. And these came out from Argentina when?
This past year.
Okay.
And apparently the collectors, the miners, were rappelling off the side of the mountain to empty out the pocket
Okay.
these came from. Really reminiscent of
beautiful.
Colorado, except
Yeah,
there's
they
no
do.
blue.
Yeah, exactly. They do kind of look Colorado. It is true.
Yeah.
But they also found, I call these kind of like light champagne color, but they were all just isolated. They were not matrix or anything.
Right.
Yeah, the blue ones seem to be on matrix. Well, that is all right. Okay. So anyway, that's going to take care of it, and thank you very
Great,
much.
Dave. Nice to see you
always
again,
have
as always.
Some pleasure things to show us.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work.
Thanks.
Bob, how you doing this year?
Good, Dave.
Good. Came in here a few minutes ago, and I saw a few things that we really like, and we got to get them on tape for our program. What's hot in Tucson? Let's just start out with that new tourmaline. I understand it's from Russia.
Yes.
Yeah. That's beautiful. A nice color to that. And what part of Russia is it from?
Eastern Siberia.
Very good. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I like them with the quartzes.
Oh, needless to say, and they
Yep.
all bite. Yeah, see, when
Yep.
they're on matrix with other minerals, needless to say, that makes them so much better. Parallel growth here and everything. I love the color, too. Let's just see that a second. That's a beautiful specimen. Seems like the ones we've seen in the last 5 years from Russia, some other part of Russia, they're kind of a dark reddish brown and a little dark green.
Yes, I think it's the same deposit, but
Yeah.
a few of them are lighter in color. And,
Oh, they do
Yep.
have. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's extraordinary. Beautiful big crystal. And the copper shooting right through. You can kind of see at the bottom, it goes pinkish like. when it's protected from the oxygen. Yeah, that is really something.
Has a long history of documentation.
Oh, does it?
With various owners. This is from the I believe the Hess collection.
Oh, the Hess collection.
And then
okay.
Eric Asselborn was the last collector before me to own it.
Very good.
And,
a nice letter.
and Bill Severance
Okay.
who wrote out the complete history of it. He knew of it.
Is he still alive?
Yes.
Okay. God, the name, I haven't heard that for a while.
Yep, he's still an active Michigan collector.
Good for him.
Yeah.
That's great. Then you got these skulls, and they always fascinated me. In here you come in one room, and you got 3 great ones.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So when did these guys come out? They're right in here, Brian.
They probably came out, close to 100 years ago during the mining.
Yes. Okay.
And
that one is large. I don't remember seeing one that large.
it's probably one of the biggest I've ever seen, yeah.
Okay. In this one, it's almost like a bowl. Isn't this something way that's just sculpted out there?
And it's very heavy, this one.
Oh, yeah.
Because
it's thick.
It's just so thick.
That's amazing. Oh, my God. That is really cool.
Excellent. Thank you, Dave.
Keep up the good work. Herschel, how's it going?
It's always a pleasure to see you.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah.
You have a beautiful room here. It's a new setup. Is this your first year here at this hotel?
Yes.
Okay.
I was at the InnSuites for 12 years.
Yes.
The Ramada Inn for 10 years before that, and now here.
Good for you. And they gave you a very nice, roomy area. These things caught my eye, these spheres. They're wonderful.
Yeah. 2 years ago at the Sterling Dump, I managed to find a boulder of 1,800 pounds of the 340-foot level material, which is the brightest of the Sterling Hill material.
Yeah.
We had 3 large sister spheres cut, and these are the 2 left. And it's incredible because you get the veins, which are white willemite, which are highly phosphorescent.
Okay.
And you can see where the ore body ends.
Looks like a world globe or something. Is that Australia, by the way?
And one of the funnest things, which is, again, it's another eucryptite that's new, is from the famous Foot Mine in North Carolina.
Okay, Foot Mine.
Now, all the literature talks about it, but in 22 years in the trade, I've only had 20 pieces.
Wow, so it's very hard to get. Now, how's that rated among the best? Is it one of the best?
This is probably one of the best pieces I've ever had.
Wow.
This is the Hyalite Opal from North Carolina.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
And Hyalite Opal is probably the brightest of the fluorescent minerals.
Very bright.
Yep.
Seems even more than the willemite.
Yep. The material from Namibia is the brightest in the world. It's so bright I can't put it on my table. The one last one I want to show you is actually a $10 mineral specimen.
Okay.
But to me, it's the hottest thing around. We call it the Harry Potter rock. Here it's pink.
Right, yeah.
This is under a BLB blacklight.
Okay.
This is under a true long wave. It goes peach.
Yeah, kind of a peachy yellow, yeah.
Under a mid-range lamp, it's yellow.
More yellow.
Under a short wave, it goes blue.
Yeah.
And then phosphorescence.
Well, that's a phosphorescence.
Yep.
Thanks a lot.
Dave, it's
Good
always
luck.
a pleasure.
We'll keep in touch, okay?
I look forward to it.
Anybody home?
Hey, Dave. How you doing? Good to see you.
Nice seeing you again. What is this?
You know, you have those gold glasses, so I had to find something that competes.
Exactly.
So I have this big hat here.
He's a
I think it looks
Texan.
good.
He went into a Texan.
You ready? You ready, partner? Let's go.
My guys,
Let's go this way. Have a look around. We got some good minerals to see today.
Boy, I'm starting to see them. Helvite. Oh, it's a nice bright one.
Yeah, very bright luster.
Is this
crisp.
China?
This is the new Chinese material, Inner Mongolia.
Very good. It's because so much of this was dull. This is a hell of a bright one. What a cluster.
Wonderful stuff. Love that.
Oh, you really know how to pick out these metals. So the balance of this thing,
is the arsenopyrite.
Very good.
These little rosettes together with both Hedenbergite and Ilvite.
Wow. And that's
this
China
Ilvite
as
is
well.
eroded, but I don't know, for whatever reason, that's how they grow together.
Is this China?
As well, yeah. Same mine.
Fantastic. Okay.
Why don't we take a walk in the vault?
All righty.
If you want, I'll take your hat. This way you're not burdened.
Yeah.
I know it's heavy to wear the crown. Come, Dave, let's go check out what treasures I have in the vault this year.
Always looking forward to this room. God, look at this.
Isn't this nice?
Oh my God,
I think we've done a nice job this year.
Beautiful job.
It's always hard to find.
The colors, the arrangements, and the quality of the minerals. It's always such a treat.
It's fun to have you here
every
to see this
year
stuff.
to see this. Yeah.
Starting in this case, of course, the Padian era. I love this piece. I don't know if we filmed this last year. We might have.
I don't remember.
But this is from the bicolor pocket.
Yes.
And just all the different colors of the crystals on that white background.
Yes.
It just makes the perfect backdrop. I mean, it's your perfection in contrast and composition.
Yeah.
Of course,
and this is
the
a beautiful
large
one up
tanzanite.
here, the lepidolite. Look at
Yeah,
that.
that's wonderful.
Fabulous thing.
With the light green top that just gets highlighted, and their gem blue. And this sphene is wonderful. This
That's
was
very fine.
from Herb Abota's personal collection.
Oh, okay.
I got that when he parted with
God,
his
I remember
collection.
seeing little ones on Matrix and all. That was the cat's meow. Look at that. That thing is fantastic. Look at this, a fabulous Bornonite sitting here from China. Isn't that a gorgeous thing?
So we got this lovely gold up here.
Oh yeah, that beautiful thing, just like a flower on there.
Little
wonderful
bonsai
golds
tree.
have come out of the ground in the last few years. It's just amazing.
And these are relatively new. This erythrite,
Yeah,
that
beautiful.
purpley.
Beautiful. It's a fine cluster, very translucent, deep cranberry color. Beautiful.
Isn't that awesome? I love that purple
Oh,
color.
it's
There's not a lot of colors like that.
That's right.
In the mineral kingdom. And that's great in the background. Look at that apatite glowing red.
Oh, wonderful color, just right in the matrix. Wonderful. What a wonderful little specimen. Very difficult to get that little, in fact, that habit compared to other phenokites.
Yeah,
Ones from
the
Brazil are
prismatic
all right.
habit.
And they have very little gemmy as a general rule. Those are just like flawless crystals.
Beautiful specimen for Burma. That's wonderful.
Yeah, and to top it all, it's Burma. In fact, it was Burma that produced the largest cut stone, and I believe it was 400 carats.
Of phenokite?
A gem phenokite from Burma. Came from an alluvial piece. The epidote there, that's a hell of an epidote.
Yeah, that's a wonderful thing.
Large piece, museum type of thing. Look at that.
It's got a wonderful glassy luster and translucency. It's not very sturdy on the base.
Yeah, I'm hoping. Oh, it's beautiful. And you know what's fine from this? Is this Pakistan?
Yeah, it is.
And what's nice about the translucency to this, because these have more translucent to transparent opposed to the Uncarved Austrian ones.
Yeah,
those are very dark.
much darker.
Yeah. So here you see this Faden quartz, and it has a beautiful citrine color, and it's probably caused by iron oxide staining. And this is one example of a mineral you don't clean. You leave it on there. It was found this way. It's natural, and it makes a beautiful specimen. It gives it some class and color.
The kunzite is beautiful.
Yeah, on matrix. Back in my day, you get clay. You were happy to get it with Mount Morelli clay, like from San Diego County. And then they start finding the fabulous Nuristan, Afghanistan ones.
This I love, this little malachite with those tubes coming out.
Finally learning how to get these out of the ground without breaking them, because they're so hard to get when they're perfect like that. And thank God they're starting to, one or two here. I've seen a couple in this show. That's a killer there, because you got at least 4 or 5 spirals going up. And there it is, it's perfect.
This is lovely too. This is old English piece
That
from
is
Cumberland.
English, yeah.
I
Look
just
at that.
love that.
That's a fine piece.
Little
It
flower
really is
of
class, yeah. A
The
burst.
hematite inclusions under there give it that nice color, that reddish tone.
That's right.
Well, let me show you some
Yes,
really
let's see
special
what you have in
treasures
there.
here from the vaults here.
Yeah.
This is interesting.
Wonderful topaz with the matrix, and oh, it's a jewel. It's all perfect. Look at this thing.
What I like about it is you can see the reflections of the
Exactly,
inside
yes.
termination of
That's
that
right.
quartz.
Very much so. Goes right in there, that quartz.
So
Beautiful.
transparent. You see that, Brian, on there?
Can you catch that? The termination of this quartz crystal's right in there.
From the same pocket, I'm sure.
Oh, look at that.
It's
Now
nice
here-
because it's got the big muscovite
wonderful.
crystals.
Now here's a specimen. A lot of the people want these flawless, ridiculous. Here you have a perfect form crystal, another one here. Okay, it has a haze and some inclusions, but the composition of the specimen with the big muscovite, the quartz crystal, white albite, so the whole combination, that's a killer.
Yeah, it's
Absolutely
beautiful
a killer.
thing. Here we have a schorl.
Okay. Oh.
And you know,
simplicity,
yeah, just
beauty, look at
perfect.
that. Just form.
It's very
off of
elegant,
there.
very simple. Sorry,
Absolutely.
Brian.
The feldspar with some albite. Well, this is all. Yeah, this is albite here, and this is felds. I think that's yeah. Look at this thing.
And we have this
Oh, it's killer.
imperial topaz.
God, that looks like one
Your
large.
fingers look like they're glowing orange. Careful.
Oh, that's another topaz.
Yeah, look at those multiple crystals
Yeah,
behind
really,
it.
yeah. Isn't that a lovely thing?
This is
the
octahedron fluorites.
That is very white.
Ice
And
clear with
octahedron?
calcites on the bottom. It's got that
Now, I
super
have to
clear
be
luster.
honest, I'm probably out to lunch, but I can't remember seeing the colorless, clear octahedrons. You see the cubes.
But because you're thinking Dalnogorsk, that's new from Inner Mongolia.
No
That's
wonder
right out of the
from
ground.
Mongolia.
The new Inner Mongolia mine, which is a mirror
Yeah, I didn't
to
know where it was
Dalnogorsk.
from, but that's off the wall.
Yeah.
That's That's a rare thing, unless they hit tons of the stuff or
Right.
something. But that's a jewel of a miniature.
That is a
God, look at the label.
magnetite from New York.
Oh,
And it's a
boy,
twin.
the people did. Oh, they should
And
grab
it's
this
from the
up.
Marquis de Maury collection.
Believe that? Oh
It's
my
got
God!
this
People want this thing.
Old history.
Ooh, look at that.
From New York.
Oh,
And this
that's
is from, the mid 19th century, so it's 18 somethings.
What
was
part,
this
is it? New York
collected.
City or
It
is
says
it?
Essex County
Oh,
in
X.
New York. And it's
But I
a
know
Mackle twin.
anything New York is very collectible. People love New York minerals
Yeah.
because they're
It's fun, and you can see if you get the reflection, you see the twin plane. It's not the sexiest as far as attractive, but for form,
It's a rarity thing.
It's
That's
wonderful.
fabulous.
Scepter tourmaline.
Oh, look at that! How about that?
From Barra de
It
Salinas.
sure is. God, I'll never forget that. There was like 5 of these in a set. Bill Larson and your dad tried to get these in Brazil.
Oh, really?
And they never was for sale, so they went down there, and they could have been had for $10,000 for the lot, but that was a king's ransom.
It was a huge
50
amount of money
years
then.
ago.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know whatever happened to that lot, but that's one of these are very hard to get. They're very, very scarce.
So this is from that same location as the new fluorite octahedrons, and that's a scheelite.
It's a killer.
It's wild
That's
scheelite from the
sick.
Inner Mongolia mine.
Isn't it neat when you think of new areas opening up? You think they might be pretty much the same, but I've seen a couple things that are quite a bit different.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's very exciting. That's a hell of a thing, because it has the wonderful luster on matrix.
And when you look at it with a microscope, if you look at the surface, it has actually little balls of molybdenite trapped in there.
Yeah, see,
It's
here
really
it is all
cool.
along in here. Yeah.
Isn't that neat?
Look at that.
For China.
Oh, that's fantastic. Never seen that habit like that. Are you ready? Apophyllite.
Apophyllite.
Shaped like that.
From Hubei.
I would never guessed it like
Yeah.
this.
Maybe you'd think barite. Looks a lot like a barite,
yeah.
you know?
The weight isn't there.
And here we have a hematite flower from Russia, of all places.
Oh, okay.
Old piece.
Holy cow. That's beautiful. From Russia. Because, you know, they got these hematites from Brazil by large amounts and everything, but Russian, forget it. That's wonderful.
Yeah, the crystal habit's a little bit different.
It's different. The crystal habit is different.
That show up better on the white?
Yeah.
This is a specimen that came out from Pedionera, from our mine, about a year ago, and it was sent to the lab to be worked on, and the customer who I had told about it was so excited about it, they couldn't wait to see it in Tucson. They flew to the lab to see it there.
That's so funny.
to look at it, and they in the end and they purchased it.
Oh, good for them.
So I don't even get to share it, but I get to share it here at What's Hot in Tucson. This is a phenomenal thing.
Look at that. If that isn't a marvelous thing, and it's all the rose color instead of the green.
Yeah, it's a cranberry color.
A real cranberry color, yeah. Isn't that
cranberry pink? I don't. We haven't
and
named
this
the
one
pocket
is
yet.
even double terminated. This one,
yeah.
Look at that, double terminated.
This one too.
And right there, that's double terminated.
This one's double terminated as well.
These kind of go in the matrix. That's a fabulous thing.
I don't know which side I like it better. I like it good from both sides.
Yeah,
so we're going to make a base for the customer from both directions.
Because you can see the termination here, and you know it's terminated there. Yeah.
Is that showing up, Brian? Or? Yeah. Sorry. That's a wonderful thing.
It's gorgeous. I love it. All the pitolite down there at the bottom.
Yeah. And you can see this doubly terminated crystal.
And when did this come out?
This came out about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And this guy's doubly terminated here. But the ironic thing is this pocket was found as a surprise. We didn't know we were going to find it.
Yeah.
And they blew into the pocket, and this was the only specimen.
Wow.
So we have this one and then about a small group of single crystals, and that's that.
Oh, that's a killer.
This is another Russian specimen, and very odd for the species.
Oh, it's diopside. Okay. Very
Flower of diopside,
that's a hell of a thing. Never seen anything this size and this many crystals in a burst like that.
No.
Very different type of specimen. That's a wonderful thing. Diopside. Fantastic.
This is an old piece from Dalnogorsk. Got a lot of Dalnogorsk.
Helvite on matrix?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great one. The isolation and shooting in different directions. Very different.
Beautiful thing.
It's fabulous to get these mounds like this. I mean, it's unbelievable.
This is Dalnogorsk, and it's got this crazy termination. They call it the crayon.
Oh, for Pete's sake. Yeah, really.
They call it, in Russian, they say karandash, which means crayon. And it's because of that whole shape.
Beautiful calcite. Gorgeous thing.
Because of the combination.
Oh, look at that.
Little doubly terminated floating wolframite with a doubly terminated.
Is this Bolivian?
Yeah, it's Bolivian.
Okay. That's a jewel to have this parallel with it.
Yeah, the Jap twin next to the combination is just wonderful.
Yeah. Look at this thing.
That was a Tucson show poster.
Yeah, what do you
one
call
year.
the damn
Vesuvianite.
Vesuvianite.
There's a famous pocket
wonderful. Look
back
at
in the 70s.
I say.
This is the only time they had those giant elongated crystals for the species with that green color and that intense green tip.
Oh, it's fabulous.
And then from the same mine, you have such variety in species.
Purple,
This color is just crazy.
Isn't that a wonderful color? Yeah, look at that. What a beautiful cluster. So this belongs to this one guy. Yeah, good for him.
That used to be Eric Asselborn's specimen.
Okay.
And before that,
Did he
Francisco
sell everything
Spertini.
now, you think?
No, he's kept his European suites.
Okay.
So he kept his French collection, and he's concentrating almost strictly on France.
I got you. Isn't that beautiful? These garnets from there, it's just wonder. They're so gemmy. That's a wonderful plate.
Isn't that pretty for there?
Beautiful.
Yeah, I think I like it that way.
Yeah. Look at that thing. Is that Mexican?
Yeah.
Yeah, from the old
Beautiful Guerrero.
Guerrero mine. Yeah, look at that. That's beautiful. Now, did these come out a few years ago, or is this
a long
real
time.
old?
This is like
this
20
is
years
old stuff.
old.
Okay.
20, 30 years ago.
Yeah. Because all of a sudden, some collection broke up. Apparently,
That's not from the collection. That was the.
Okay. What was that?
Hubert de Momonier collection.
I say.
I went to the University of Arizona, and he had a whole suite of them.
Yes.
So Herkimer.
Isn't that that's so cute? Look at that thing. Talking about Herkimer's class. Boom, 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 boom.
This is really nice. The reason I like this one almost more than any other
the openness
is that
of it.
it's all the way
at
around. You can see the malachite.
Sure
One
is.
side's not grown.
Exactly.
Every other one that I've seen is grown against.
This is a killer thing.
The primary malachite on the Shattuckite.
Yeah, they're in a vug, and you just see.
And
so
we
much.
opened up the vug, but we got lucky that this one wasn't contacted.
Exactly.
To
Yeah.
the
See,
back.
that's totally isolated on there, just like you say. Oh yeah, it's totally by itself. Beautiful.
Since you like radioactives.
Oh yes, by all means. Moussinoi. That's the best that ever came out of the ground. Perfect miniature. It's a jewel.
Yeah, I was in George Holloway's collection.
Oh, okay. I thought it looked a little familiar.
This is the last specimen I'm going to share with you here.
All righty.
This is a really wonderful thing from northern Pakistan area.
Oh, that's
which I just
beautiful,
love.
Daniel.
Isn't that
Look at
wonderful?
that. What a combination of topaz, aquamarine, albite, quartz. What a beautiful specimen.
Isn't that great? I love the quality, all the little facets on that
Totally
topaz.
flawless.
It's just
looks like
phenomenal.
it looks like it was just faceted.
Yeah.
Look at this thing. Oh, that's lovely.
So we, they expanded the Westward Look show this year.
Yes.
And we are participating as dealers there for the first time,
good
which
for
is
you.
exciting for us. Yeah,
Well,
second
that's good
venue or
news.
third venue, including TGMS. So
Fantastic.
yeah, a lot of
That's
fun.
great because they are expanding. That's really becoming a major.
It's a major showplace for mineral specimens, and so we have some nice new material that's coming in there.
Good.
That hasn't arrived yet, and I'll share it with you when we get up there.
We'll do that.
And we'll have another fun time twice in Tucson this year. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Dave, how are you? How you doing?
Doing wonderful.
You're in a new location now.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, this is nice how they laid this out. They got all the showrooms are all compacted in one great area, and they added one more. They took one out and added two, so it's actually a larger. And this is beautiful.
This is
up here on
beautiful.
the
The views
hillside.
are incredible.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
That's good. I'm looking at something that really intrigued me. What a beautiful group of minerals you have here. But let me just point out one thing here. This tanzanite with a green on each side.
Yes.
And it shows up so well. I really like that. I haven't seen one quite like that with a real sharp green contrast with the blue. That's a beautiful guy. Now I'm catching this here. Is this one of the Sonoran Mexican?
That's the Milpilas azurite.
Fantastic. That's fantastic. God, what a color. It's like linerite.
It is like linerite.
Yeah.
It's truly electrically blue.
I never see anything like this.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's a major, major find. Intense colors, all different variations.
True, and crystal habits and colors.
We're going
and
to film
pseudomorph.
some of them, and this is one that's just extremely
colorful.
Blue. Color is fantastic. Beautiful suite. And it goes through?
Through and on top of.
Okay, that's good. So it isn't just a coating?
No.
Yeah, very good. And where are these from?
Orange River, Namibia.
Okay.
Brand new find, and they are
Okay.
just exquisite.
They sure are.
Very small find.
I say, that's unfortunate. Everybody's going to want one.
Yes.
Very different.
Here's another one.
Okay. This is the front here. Boy, that is something, Dylan. Is that a pulsifer?
That's a pulsifer apatite, yep.
That's very nice. It's hard
Yes.
to get any of those, and I always mention them when I do see them, and it has a nice coating of small crystals and from Maine, and they're gone. Nobody's come up with them.
The color is incredible on
yeah,
that one.
isn't that beautiful? Yeah, that's a lovely specimen. But they're so rare. You just rarely see them. Now this is catching my eye. You have a just a regular colorless quartzite. Of course, it's a Japan Law twin. That's highly important. It really makes it an important piece. But the coating of iron oxide on the top there, was that selected to not take it off to show it?
No.
Was at one time all that color?
No, that was
How interesting.
Yes, that is a...
Yeah, because in a way it looks like it's natural, because I think it'd be a little different if you're just say, I want to just leave some of it.
Sure.
See what I mean? That's a very different looking
That's
specimen.
unique.
I mean, it almost looks like fine citrine, but it's nice to show really what happens to some of these crystals. And here it's a beautiful overall specimen.
You guys want to take a look at the some things I have in the back here?
Yeah, we'll see what you have here.
Let's start with this very impressive gold crystal.
Very good. It's amazing, this Venezuela locality. Boy, they've come up with some killer stuff. Look at this.
That's an
it's
older
just
specimen.
wonderful. Oh, yeah. Are they? I don't see them today coming out.
They are coming out, but in much smaller sizes.
Smaller.
Yeah, this is one of the big four here.
Okay.
Small hoppers are seen as well as hexahedral crystals.
Yes.
It's a beautiful specimen.
Oh, it's wonderful. No, it's a beautiful
There's good luster.
piece.
I really like that complex crystal right in the center there.
Look at that thing. That's fantastic.
Here's one of my favorite specimens, almost of all time, actually. That's my favorite tourmaline.
Oh my goodness. This looks familiar.
That's my favorite tourmaline right there.
You know, I tried to get this thing in 1989.
Did you really?
Yes.
Wow.
Mike Redding had it. This is a fabulous thing. Bicolored gem. I can't remember ever seeing a crystal of this quality and size, bicolored and gemmy. So gemmy.
In any museum or any private collection I've ever seen, this is the finest single bicolored tourmaline I've ever seen.
Yeah, because they're always just one color, you might see. I mean, at that, they're hard to get. And what's also good about that, that's light enough that it's obviously transparent. See, some of them are so bicolor, I mean, so clear and nice, but they're too dark, and you have to get a big light behind them to show it. Which they're still fine, but this thing just shows off so well. Oh yeah, that's a beautiful thing.
Have you ever seen
I haven't seen this since 1989.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the last time I saw it. I recognized because there's no other
It's 23
like it.
years ago.
Yeah. It doesn't surprise me because there's nothing like it. Fantastic. See, somebody was smart enough, they knew it had cutting in it, but specimen-wise, it's too important to cut this up.
Sure.
It's worth much more as a major specimen, especially today, the way minerals have increased in valuation. Fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank you so
on that.
much.
Yeah. Dylan, so long. Thank you so much for showing your beautiful minerals, and every year
My pleasure, Dave.
you come up with killers.
Thank you so much, Dave.
Thanks a lot.
Always great to see you.
Thank you. Steve, how you
Nice to
doing?
see you. It's a pleasure.
Everybody's so busy here. It's unbelievable, and we're so happy we're able to film you now. Let's just start right from your right by the hand.
You know,
that's a gorgeous cluster.
Yeah.
You know, you see maybe one or two or a single, but that is one hell of a cluster with that aholite like that in each one of the points.
You know, last summer we acquired the Uli and Ankabaman collection, and collectors worldwide have had the good fortune of being able to add to their collection some beautiful pieces from southern Africa.
Yes.
This is from the Messina district in South Africa, and just beautiful inclusions of needle-like little acicular crystals of aholite that have been captured within the quartz crystals, and a super cluster. This is one of the finest aholite clusters in the world.
Caught my eye immediately.
Yeah. Got another couple really special pieces up here. Arango Fluorite from the Baumann collection.
Beautiful.
So some of the neon green dodecahedral crystals from the Arango mountain area. And then a really special Panascara apatite.
They're just sitting there like a burl on there. Beautiful.
Yeah, up on some siderite.
With a violet color like that.
A little pyrite in the siderite.
Exactly.
Just gorgeous specimen.
That's a beautiful piece.
Yeah, very, very handsome.
And then, of course, you've got superb tanzanite there on the
And you don't see matrix tanzanites that often. A lot of single crystals are found at the locality as a gem locality. That's what you normally see.
Yeah.
And this one's interesting in that there's gypsum forming the matrix.
That's what
It's
I
a sheet
noticed.
of gypsum.
Very different.
Some other mineral species there as well, but along with the tanzanite.
Yes.
Just a beautiful piece. The Kagem mine in Zambia has produced some spectacular mineral specimens over the last 3 years, and this is one of the best matrix pieces to have come out of the Kagem mine. You know, many of the ones we had prepared over the last couple of years the emeralds were frozen in milky to clear quartz.
Right.
Well, this is more typical of what you see at the Kagem mine. Most of the emeralds are in a zone that is dominated by biotite and phalagopite mica. And so there will be a jumble of these well-terminated, lustrous emerald crystals that are frozen in this schist.
Yeah.
And very, very typical of where they find the gem rough, and the Kagem gem emeralds are some of the finest in the world. They're got great clarity, wonderful chromium-based color, and just amazing material. But this specimen is a little smaller than the one we featured at the main show last year, but I think this is every bit its equal in the quality of the emeralds on this piece. In the case across the way over here, well, I'm in love with this pair of ettringite crystals.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. You know,
they have a translucency to them in addition to the light, rich lemon color type of.
They really do. I've had several museum curators coming in during the Westward Look and saying, we'd really love to add that to our collection. And private collectors as well.
Yeah.
One in particular left me a business card from France and said, I would love to add this. This one is so cool because it's got rhombs of calcite, and on the backside, which you might be able to see in the mirror, you get the hematite crystals growing on the calcite, and then this enormous crystal of ettringite. It's the biggest one I've seen in that kind of quality, and it's a spectacular
absolutely
crystal.
Perfect.
Yep. Perfect crystal.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Keep up the good work. You guys always have a wonderful exhibit, and we look forward to seeing you guys each year.
Thanks a lot, Dave.
Take care.
We'll see you later.
Hi, Dave.
How are you?
I'm happy to be back to Tucson again. I missed last year.
It's so beautiful, the weather here. It's gorgeous.
It is gorgeous, and we're in the sunshine, and I just acquired a new specimen that I'm thrilled about. In fact, when I got it, I floated out of the room.
Oh, you got it right with you here. Okay.
I do.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's one of those, that's a deep amethyst, an African amethyst in the vug here. What's so fine, it's a scepter and it's intense purple.
Yes, and it's encased like in a cave,
Yeah.
so it's kind of mysterious. You look into the specimen, and it's from the Bobasab Mountains in Namibia, in the Orango district.
Very good.
And I guess you know I have a quartz collection.
Oh yeah, I know,
Yeah.
because when I saw it first, this is going in your collection. As soon as you brought it out. What I really like about this is that it's all solid purple. Some of them are zoned, which is nice and everything, but that is one large crystal of intense purple.
It's just like it's encased.
Yes, it is. And it's a true scepter, too.
Yes, at the very bottom.
That's
it's
right.
doubly terminated. It's got striations.
It's connected with a stem down there.
And there's a scepter.
Yeah.
So it will go
congratulations.
to...
You pick that here, pick it up here?
Yes.
Good for you.
Right at Collector's Edge.
See, that's what we like. Somebody will get something and is so excited about it, gets away, and then they bring it to our attention like you are doing right now, and let us know about it. And
Have you ever seen one similar?
No.
No?
I've only seen the crystals, but not that purple. It's the purple that caught me on this because it's solid purple all the way through.
Yeah,
but
some
I have
of them are
seen
zoned.
them. Oh yeah, they're zoned and the little purple here, which are beautiful, but I've never seen one with the full purple like that.
Yeah.
No, that's a superb piece.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
It's going to an appreciative audience.
Very much so.
Thank you.
Well, good. Good for you. Thank you.
So, my acquisition at Tucson.
So Dave, thanks for coming up here to visit me at the Westward Look.
This is really something. This is the first time you've had a booth up here, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
This show has such a strong concentration of fine dealers.
That's right.
That I decided that it was time to participate as a dealer.
Very much
And it's been actually really a great show for us here.
Very good. That's
Enjoying
great.
it.
So let's just start up from the left.
It's a new find from Yaguanshen. The entire pocket was only 8 specimens or 9 specimens, and it's, you know, this wonderful zoning.
They're beautiful.
Of purple,
Yes.
blue inside the cube, and they change color. In this light, they're very, you know, you can see they're bluish purple.
Yes.
And then when you take them out, they go really blue. This is
That's
manganese calcite on quartz.
Big rhombohedron.
With arsenopyrite and fluorites.
Yeah.
So just
That's
wonderful
beautiful.
construction for the specimen.
Beautiful.
It has a nice sheen, luster.
Yeah.
Very pretty. So that's from the Inner Mongolia location. This body that's supplying this material is actually goes up the eastern coast of China and goes up into Russia. And it's actually the same geological belt that connects to Dalnogorsk.
Yeah, it's been mentioned to it, Brian and I, that some of the stuff is like Dalnogorsk.
Well, it's, I mean, Dalnogorsk is what I started doing minerals with. I mean, in 1991, when I went to Russia, the motivation was fluorites from Dalnogorsk.
Right.
And so when I started seeing material come out of this mine, I'm like, my God, this is Dalnogorsk. This is, but different enough that I could tell that it wasn't Dalnogorsk material.
But the hints to it,
so similar.
Very similar to it.
Incredibly similar. This is nice. This is Stocknala.
Are there any of these coming out now?
This is new. This is new production from Stocknala.
Very interesting.
And you can see, if I get the light right, you can get all the, there's a clear tip and 2 different greens.
When I was there, I was one of the earlier Americans to get right to the location. Did you know that?
Oh, really?
I was up at the mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's right off the side of the road.
We had to go on a 4-wheel drive that was just completed. Prior to that, very few other than the natives got in there. And the natives themselves were scared to death because of my camera and everything. They thought it was like a gun or something. And they all start scattering.
Oh my
goodness. When I was taking pictures, they had to stop it. It was a real experience. Yeah, I was taken up there by the Gemstone Corporation of Pakistan.
Wow.
They're representing us back in the 70s, late 70s.
That's everything I have, gentlemen.
Oh, great.
Dave, thank you for
Wonderful.
coming.
Thanks a lot. Once again, you got killers with you.
Thank you very much. I try hard.
Stuart.
It's great to see you, Dave.
Yeah, nice seeing you again. And I'm very pleased to see the setup. You guys are upstairs here now, a little different.
It's a different setup, but you know, people found us right away.
That's right.
We like it.
Very good.
And the show's growing, which is great, and that's important.
But anyway, I'm seeing some marvelous things here, and this caught my eye, even though they have found the fluorite.
Right.
But to get it like that, the style of that specimen with the matrix like that, that's a killer.
It's actually the piece that's getting the most attention in the room.
See that?
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, people walk
I
in.
knew, I knew that was an important thing because it just hits you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Of course, I always like these smokies, and that's a complete one with that type.
You know what I like about this one is that big window right in the front that you can see all the way down into that crystal. It's got amazing quality to it.
That's a superb example of that.
And I don't know if you noticed the selenite down there too.
Selenite.
I mean, you're familiar with the Spanish selenites, but I never saw one.
Not on that type of matrix.
Sure. I never saw one as big or as complete as this one.
Yeah.
Not
just a big vug right there.
On it.
Nothing.
Every crystal is
all perfect. That's very different.
As far as I'm concerned, these are among the finest arsenopyrites that have ever come out anywhere in the world.
Would you believe this? You know, I seen them like this size, but look at this.
This new mine from Mongolia is coming out with minerals that are almost identical to Dalnogorsk. Clear fluorites, ilviites, arsenopyrites, and in fact, almost every one that's come out is even a little better and nicer than what we saw in Dalnogorsk. This has been in private collection for a very long time.
Yeah.
This is not new, and of course Yaganji, as far as I know, is no longer producing anything. And this came out about 10 years ago, one of the earliest ones that came out.
Beautiful. Here you have this window in here. So you have purple in the fluorite, and the base color here is a soft blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you have purple in there. And when you look through that window, wow, what a beautiful thing.
This is from Sweet Home.
Yeah.
This is not Chinese.
One of the old ones. And boy, there was few of these.
Very few.
And
you were working with it.
I was working with it.
Yeah.
And the thing about this thing is that to get one big isolated fluorite crystal with the rhodochrosite, has some quartz too, a very, very, very rare.
Oh yeah, I've only seen less than a handful. Yeah. And this is one of the new Doctases that have come out. But you don't get too many isolated crystals. Yeah, this is from the recent find of this year. And but you know, we've seen these around the show, but this is the only one I've seen with a single isolated crystal on it.
Double terminated. That's beautiful.
Aren't they fabulous?
That's fantastic.
Yeah, they're going to rival Sumeb in quality and size for sure.
They really are something. Yeah, look at how gemmy that is.
And very few have this kind of luster. Most of them has a matte luster.
I see.
And they're in groups. You can't
I've
find
seen
them
groups.
isolated.
Yeah, this is isolated, a perfect miniature. Yeah, that's superb.
The rubellite is from Russia, and it came out probably about 6-7 years ago.
Okay.
From the Markan mine.
Do you know, this has exceptional color for this type, because usually they have kind of a darker brownish red.
Yes. In fact, when I first saw it, my first thought was Jonas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, for Russian, this is really something.
Yeah. When we started, there were no new Russian tourmalines.
Exactly.
They were all old. This is actually, well, new, 5 years old, but newer. I mean, who thought more would come out?
Exactly. No, that's superb. I like that. This is kind of strange, that aqua. Look at the...
It's a very unusual beryl. This is a much older piece.
Okay.
With sort of a yellow center and blue tip.
Yeah. Wow, that is something. Is that Brazilian?
It's Brazilian, yes. That's from Teofilo Ottoni.
Okay. Just pretty. Catches your eye.
Yes.
See, I love the gem
crystals. And the bullet termination is always so appealing.
Yeah, absolutely. Moldable crystal phases. But sharp. Yeah, it's a lovely piece. This is something. Holy
That's a very important
hematite,
piece.
smoky quartz. That's a hell of a specimen.
Of course, it's from Switzerland, where the best come from.
Very typical.
And in fact, just yesterday, the man who dug the piece was in the room.
Yeah.
And his name is Dossi Venson.
Okay.
And he was telling us about how he got the piece and that he considers it one of the 5 best ever found.
Doesn't surprise me. That's magnificent. I've never seen a larger Swiss hematite, let alone a fabulous big smoky with it. That size, I've never seen that.
No, I haven't either.
Yeah, that is really... how he got that out and
down the mountain.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
these guys, these strollers guys, it's unbelievable the work they have to do.
I know he had a very bad accident last year, but he's recovering very well. He's here in Tucson, so that's good. But he did have a bad accident falling off the mountain.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Is that a Japan Law
That-
twin quartz with
Yes,
the
it
coating?
is.
Isn't that a wild
That's
thing?
a Japan Law quartz, exactly what you said, with a chalcedony coating on it.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it.
Never.
It's
Totally different.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it caught
it's-
my
yeah.
eye just now.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why I say, Stuart, it's so hard to see everything. There's so many magnificent things that we see in these rooms.
Yes.
And, you know, this is a very prestigious area of dealers in
Yes,
this
it
whole
is.
thing.
Yes, it
And
is.
I mean, it's mind-boggling what you guys are coming across. That isn't a Medina, is it?
This here's a Chia mine tourmaline.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a Chia.
Bring that out.
Yeah,
Because I
absolutely.
like tourmaline
Yeah,
anyway.
absolutely.
I see that.
It's a beautiful
Caught my eye.
old Chia mine tourmaline.
Okay.
With fabulous
Oh, yeah,
colors.
yeah, look at this
Just
thing.
beautiful golden, you know, this emerald green color and rich red.
I love this when they're gemmy.
Yes.
And the thing of it is, there's enough inclusions in this that don't overshadow the overall beauty.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
You just see the overall effect, and that's so important. And at the same time, you can't cut big stones out because they
Right.
have the flaws. This is the ultimate that a collector could hope to get.
And that's why they get saved.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah. And that piece probably came out about 25 years ago.
Okay. Beautiful. Thanks a lot.
Oh, great. It's
Take
great
care.
to see you, Dave. Yeah. Thank you.
Hi, Uncle Dave.
Herb, how you doing?
Hi, Dave. Always so good to see you.
Well, thank you. And I was anxious. I'm always anxious to see your beautiful minerals because you do come up with fine things.
Thank you.
Yeah. Ooh.
Now that is
That's
not a
fine.
coating.
Yeah.
Do you know that's not a
Oh,
coating,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Because I've seen a few of them, and it is in the crystal and comes to the surface, and it's hematite. I was
Yes,
told.
yes.
Okay. This is the best one I've seen. It's unbelievable.
It's
Oh,
got an
God.
impact. It's got a visual
Oh yeah, in the
impact.
bigger crystals, and they go all over. Oh, that's fantastic. They're beautiful. When did this stuff come out?
Probably 3-4 months ago, I think.
Okay.
It's very recent. Look at that color, Dave.
Wow, look at this color. My God, I can't believe it. Because they mentioned some of this came out with this intense, vibrant color. And there's so little of this color, or even near this color, from Bisbee. Bisbee had a little bit
little
of it,
bit,
just
yep,
a little
little
bit. But this is really something, because people have told me they found some of it with the intense blue and the brilliance.
If you need to shave in the morning, you can use that
Isn't
hematite.
that true? Look at this crystal of hematite, and it's twinned. Look at this.
And little calcites, just add a little accent to
Right
it.
there. What a beautiful crystal. Holy cow.
And all the edges are perfect.
Absolutely perfect. And
Wendell-
that's African.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wendell Wilson came in and saw them a couple
Oh,
of days
yeah,
ago, and he
that's
says to me, he says,
fantastic.
that's an Irv Brown rock.
Yeah.
That fits what
Oh,
you do.
yeah.
That is a German fluorite.
That's beautiful.
And it's
Sure
just,
is.
again, it's like candy.
They're very hard to get these
Yes, they
good
are.
journals. There's nice ones, but a great one is very hard. This is a beautiful cluster.
Now that has
Razor
a
sharp.
purple core. We can't see it because we don't have enough light.
I say.
See it? You can see it a little
I can
bit.
get a little bit of it, just a speck. But it's mainly the blue. It's just so different. As soon as you see it, you know it's one of the German type.
Absolutely. This is an old timer. Oh, that's showing.
Oh, that's
that's
very
showing
fine.
nicely in the window. That's an ex-Fred Poe piece.
Oh.
And yeah, I've got a, and you know,
that's nice.
I have an affinity with Fred because
yeah.
we both share the same birthday.
Oh, okay.
So it was,
Is it the exact date?
The exact date.
Oh, that's so funny. That is beautiful.
This
Oh, yeah.
is. I just came up with a name for this.
Okay.
This is the ice cream cone. Is it an ice cream
You
cone?
better be careful because ice cream.
I know you.
I'll bite it.
We're actually hiding the chocolates from you 2 days, so no ice cream, no chocolate
Ice
for
cream
you.
and chocolate, I have a weakness for.
It's an old-time
Dalnagorsk?
Dalnagorsk, yeah.
It is Dalnagorsk.
Yeah, it's an old town Dalnagorsk.
Yeah, and it has a little color, and you wonder.
Slight.
Yeah, just so slight because a lot of them are in this one area. They found these colorless one, and this is almost that. And you just wonder what happened that this had just a dot of I guess green in it or
Tiny
something.
little bit of grain.
Yeah.
Tiny little bit. I love it. but
Oh, it's a
tiny little bit of
wonderful
grain.
thing. Do you know what's so nice about this? Because so many, whether it's the white or this or what have you, they're like this down here. They're kind of buried in,
Yeah.
and you see too much matrix. Here, you got the cluster right
You
on
know
top.
my
to
aesthetic.
show you.
I like,
Yeah.
you know, when it has some pizzazz to it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, all the way around.
Yes.
It's all complete, all the way around.
It grew like a stalactite.
Yep. Beautiful.
That's my broker, so I can afford more minerals. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Hey, hi, Dave. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fine, and you guys are certainly doing good because I heard everybody's very pleased with the sales and the excitement of the minerals. And I'm looking as we're speaking here, I see a couple killers in here. This kind of boggles the mind, this barrel.
Yeah.
What's the story on that?
Oh, that's fantastic
Yes.
for where it's from. I mean, it's from Iowa.
Yeah,
you know, who would have ever thought you'd get a
You
great
mentioned that the other
piece
day.
from Iowa,
I said we
but,
got to film that because that is highly important.
It's an underground limestone mine.
Yeah.
And every once in a while they've known to hit good calcites actually, but you don't see too many around because they get sucked up by the local community, you know. And they've recently been hitting some barites. Normally they've been clear. I saw a few at the show here about like so, but. This type here, it's the best I've seen
It's a
by far.
museum piece.
Yeah, it's
no question about it.
Really something.
From Iowa. This is a real super fine. Can you bring
Wanna
that
hold it?
out?
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure. Here.
Yeah.
Nice and gemmy on the edges. And
yeah, that's a nice large crystal, and it's surrounded by stilbite, and it's from India, and that is a superb piece, and it's large too, way above the average. And these just never came out.
Not
the last 15 years and so, you never saw them.
Yeah.
And then about 15, 20 years ago, then one here, one there. Now there's more of them, but they're starting to, it's starting to get tough again.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, they're not in the zone anymore. I don't see any brand new ones.
That weighs about 5 pounds.
Oh, my God, look at that. That's a beautiful thing. Yeah, Bisbee, whatever it is, Bisbee is like a magic word. Not only do they have beautiful azurite and malachite, but Bisbee, the best of Bisbee turquoise is about as fine as you'll ever see, including Persia and all that. But this is beautiful. Look at that. Yeah, that's fantastic. So it's a good blue, and it's rather large, way above some of the other aquamarines that are also scepters. This one here is about 4.5 inches.
That's interesting too. That's this Werner, Abraham Werner, famous German geologist, the father of modern geology. That's from his collection.
Oh, okay. Bring that out.
That's 18th century.
Oh, let's bring that out.
And I'm positive that it's all put together, like they would have done in the old days.
I see.
But you've got Proustites, you've got Stephanites, you've got acanthite, all in the same specimen. So I know they've put it together, but it's.
That is really.
You're talking about an 18th century piece.
That is really interesting. I'm glad you brought that up.
It's not pretty, but it's really neat.
But they even did things like that back in those days.
Yeah.
That is cool.
The pollucite.
Oh, for Pete's sake,
which is not a terribly common mineral.
That is more than nice. That's what you call an unusual association. It's that beautiful peppermint pink, and to have a pollucite to boot with the fine tourmaline crystal, that's a superb thing.
It's a super piece.
Somebody should grab that thing. Yeah, they're missing the boat. This is unusual, a big galena. What is that?
That's Bulgarian.
Bulgarian,
yeah. The big
showy
twins.
thing, yeah.
They've got to be the best galenas in the world. And that's a guy from Missouri saying that, and we're a little partial to our Missouri galena, but these things have been something else.
Yeah. Very unusual thing.
It's very different. When you see a lot of them, they all look the same. I like that with the different crystal habits.
Character. Yeah, it sure does. Isn't that a beautiful piece? Yeah, that's a lovely specimen. Boy, that was one hell of a find.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty thing. Look at that.
The
oxidized chalcopyrite with a beautiful patina on it. Yeah, that's a lovely thing. Scalehedrons.
The miners say they get into this zone and it's just full of giant holes, and the chalcopyrite just glitters in their lamps, and then the big crystals in there, and they say it's just incredible.
Yeah. Oh, this is fantastic.
They get purple tourmaline.
This is a major thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This is highly important. I thought it was one of these apatites. Then I start seeing the crystal form. Nope, I don't think it's an apatite. And it's perfect. Very unusual to get this with violet. It's got a thin top of a rubellite, very thin, about 1/16 of an inch layer up there. But all this is purple. That's extremely rare in a crystal specimen. They do get the rough. I can't think where they get it. And they have cut, just like amethyst, gem. Herb has a nice big, large cut stone that's purple. But I've never seen, to be honest with you, I've never seen a better crystal with that purple like that. I consider that a major thing.
Yeah. There's a North Carolina amethyst down there that's figured in Syncanthus mineralogy parameters, if that's
this one
of
in
interest
the
or
back
not.
Yeah, bring it out. Why not?
It's just kind of neat to have a figured,
absolutely. Very much so.
Figured specimen, you know, from...
It's very important.
Is it a great
it's
specimen?
a lovely
It's
piece.
not a great specimen,
yeah,
but...
it's a lovely piece.
Yeah, it was
Poor
figured...
John. He was such a nice man. I like John.
Yeah. Page 72.
How about that?
Yeah. So it's kind of neat. I like having important historical, mineralogically
a lot of people like
important
that.
things.
It adds a real spice to the specimen and to the collection.
Sure.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah,
That's great.
Anyway.
I'm glad you pointed that out.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Keep up the good work. Stephanie, how are you?
Very well, Dave. Welcome to Stone Trust.
Well, thank you. And you know, this show, I'm telling all the people participating at this Western Look Resort show is getting bigger and bigger. It's fabulous, and we're seeing so much new material being brought to the show. This caught my eye immediately walking in this room, and these fluorites are simply beautiful, and you have a lighting effect here that you're using. Yeah. They really are gorgeous things, and it's my understanding that with different lights, they react to all these different lighting things we have.
Yes, the fluorite absorbs the spectrum of the light source.
Yeah.
So it changes with whether it's LED or incandescent or fluorescent or even mercury vapor. It changes color.
Yeah.
So they will look this beautiful teal with a backlight of LED, and if you put it over a mercury vapor, it'll be emerald green.
Exactly.
It's very interesting.
Yeah, and see this one here, you have the purple down here, same specimen, but with a different lighting effect. It boggles the mind how that happens. And what's so interesting, we are today with technology coming up with all these new different types of lights.
Yes.
Yeah, and the whole thing of it is it used to be fluorescent, incandescent, then the sunlight. Now it's a whole range of lights they're using. It's really, really effective.
It's more complex now.
Oh, very much more complex. Very fascinating. You have a beautiful copper in here from Michigan, and that is one hell of a fine specimen.
Thank you, Dave.
Well crystallized and sharp crystals. It has a wonderful patina on it. That's an old timer, that's for sure. Yeah, I like that.
That's gotten lots of attention during this show.
That's a fine copper. Michigan really did produce the finest crystals of copper throughout the world. There's other good localities, but Michigan really did have the crystallization unbelievable. And there's an example. That's a superb thing. You got a specimen I spotted right up there, and it looks like azurite with dolomite.
Beautiful tuisite.
Yeah.
Azurite.
That's very fine. Beautiful, on matrix. That's a beautiful specimen.
We love azurite. We don't see a lot of azurite on dolomite. I understand that it was a small find of it.
Yeah, most of these are just in clusters. That's what caught my eyes, the fact that it was associated with a pinkish dolomite matrix like that.
I understand it was maybe 1987 when that pocket was found.
I say. It's a lovely piece. Very good.
Thank you. That's Moroccan.
Oh, Moroccan.
This is
that's a strange color. Yeah, it's a yellow.
Sort of lemony.
Yeah, lemony. Exactly. That's pretty.
With the sweet little pyrites on it.
Yes. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. Yeah, see, for a fluorite collection, this would be a must because this is definitely a strange color. Yeah, very nice.
Thank you.
This caught my eye, these magnificent gold specimens from, what is it, Venezuela?
Yes, Icaburo, Venezuela.
Boy.
We're very pleased to have these. They've been very popular.
Yeah, they're beautiful crystals.
I have a particularly beautiful, fine.
That's something. God, arborescent.
Yes.
Look at this thing. It's just it's like a piece of, like a bush. Look at that thing.
The dendritics. This came out just a couple months ago.
Fantastic. What a beautiful thumbnail. Yeah, that's a classy piece.
Thank you very much.
Beautiful.
I thank you very much,
Thank
Dave.
you very much, Stephanie.
It's a pleasure.
Good job. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
I'm going to try.
Yeah, you're doing a good job.
Thank you.
Yeah. Ian, once again, I can't believe it. I keep saying once again in another year. It seems like the years go by like 3 months. Can't believe it was a year ago we were in here interviewing. But what I see is some fantastic, wonderful setup exhibits among the minerals. And of course, I can see fabulous things in here. And then you got this first day. We'll start here, but everything in this room looks gorgeous. And I love the arrangement you've done here. So let's just start with this because I see some killers in here. And this grabs my eye. They always do when you get a rhodonite. So what's the story on that rhodonite? That's a hell of a thing.
It's a huge rhodonite floater crystal, mined in the late 1980s in Broken Hill, Australia.
Okay.
And if you look, it's all terminated all the way around.
Very much so.
And it was in the collection of Albert Chapman. It was one of his.
That was his specialty.
That's
right. He liked this stuff. Oh, it's fabulous. I had just a little crystal. This is really a fantastic thing because it is complete.
Yeah.
You do see some blocky ones, but then something's missing off the back. But this thing is pretty well complete. And I don't have my glasses. What are these here?
Well, these little brown hexagonal crystals. This is a rare mineral called pyrosmolite. Very. Very famous from the Broken Hill mine.
Okay.
Look at that.
It's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Is there like secondary, what is the whitish, and then it looks like secondary crystals over the somewhat like tubes like?
Do you know, I think it's just about all sphene. You have these stalactitic growths of sphene.
Okay, they are
these
that,
huge, bright, gemmy crystals
beautiful.
on top. It's just an incredible specimen. Has to be one of the finest for the species.
Yeah,
it's just
it's
outstanding. Absolutely outstanding.
Yeah.
This came from a collection in England. Keith Hammond was one of the really good early collectors, I guess, in the 80s and 90s, and we just bought his collection.
Okay.
And, you know, he was.
Do you know what I like about this? Just like a bundle.
Yeah.
It's sculptured.
Yeah.
The whole thing, you know, you'll get some like this, but this thing is just so well balanced. Big crystals. Beautiful.
For a phantom quartz.
Holy cow. Oh, that's fantastic. That's a hell of a thing.
Yeah.
My God, look at that.
It's a monster, eh?
Yeah, that's wonderful.
A little native antinomy from Canada, which these things are very rare.
Oh, yeah, has to be.
Yeah.
From
Lake George.
I've never seen one. Crystallized. Holy cow. Yeah, I like that.
This is one of my favorites just because I've never had one before.
Oh, an arborescent. That's fantastic. Ferns.
It's a beautiful arborescent, crystallized native silver from Whittington.
It's like pine trees.
Forest.
Just like pine trees. Yep. Black Forest of all things.
Black Forest native silver, Ancient mining region, and all the native
delicate
silvers
needles.
in barite.
Oh, yeah.
Crystallizes in barite.
In barite. Well, that is really neat.
Very fine specimen.
Yeah. That's super. These things rare.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a major thing, and I'll tell you why. It's the nature of the color. This is the real rosy pink. They get these where they have a little orange in them, a little brown. Nice, but they don't compare to this color. And this is a very fat crystal compared. When the matrix is this size, it's usually a narrow crystal. This is an important piece. It's a hell of a thing to get. Mardan, Pakistan.
Huge brookite crystal
going
on
right
the
down in
quartz,
there, and right with the gemmy quartz crystal, jewel, perfect miniature.
There's a lovely old classic, dating from the early mid 1800s from Szegény in Czech Republic.
How about
beautiful combination?
It's beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful thing.
Yeah, it's iron stained quartz with the cassiterite.
This is a giant axonite crystal with chlorite inclusions.
Oh.
Where do you think that's from, David? It's a real old specimen dating from the mid-1800s.
Switzerland?
Yeah, it's a Swiss axonite.
Holy cow.
On steroids.
Never see anything like that. Never heard of it.
This is something I'm sure you've never had in one of your What's Hot in Tucson reports before, but it dates from the early 1800s, this specimen.
Wow.
It's a very fine chalcophyllite from
real
Gorland and Cornwall.
I think I've only seen just little nothing crystals.
Yeah.
Never seen anything like this.
Beautiful hexagonal crystals.
Oh, yeah.
Real classic.
Yeah, that's why I didn't recognize it.
That's a new find from Boazaire mine in Morocco. And,
that's beautiful.
Just as we put this specimen on the shelf this morning, Dave Wiseman, who's the organizer of the show, walked in and said, that is mine.
Don't blame him.
That specimen.
Don't blame
It's just a beautiful
Good choice.
color. What a color.
Oh, yeah, it's fantastic. I saw that as soon as I walked in the door today.
One of the famous Xenic sites.
Oh, very good. Oh, my God, that's a superb thing.
And I love this piece because
this is a very fine miniature.
Not only was it collected by Skip, and it's a very fine specimen, the collector he sold it to in 1994 kept the label, and it's signed by Terry Zenix.
Very good.
February the 4th, 1994, which is when he did the big release of that new find.
Cerandite with analcine, and it's so hard to get these from Mount Saint Hilaire, Quebec, and I always love this because it's a color by itself. It seems like there's no mineral that particular color.
Very distinct
color.
color.
Look at the color of this. That's what I call an intense canary yellow.
Yeah.
Is that African?
Yeah, it's one of the finest that came out of
It's the finest cluster I've seen. I usually, if you see it, I'll see one crystal or something like that, but this is the first time I've seen an actual cluster like that.
Yeah. So it's one of the famous galena, it's called Blaublaerz, blue lead ore. And it's the galena pseudomorphing pyromorphite, which is a very special, one of the real German classics that everybody looks for.
Yeah, that's
and this
very
is
true.
This by far the finest we've ever had. It's
all complete all the way around.
Yeah.
It's a perfect little ball right in the middle of that specimen.
One of the real hard to get lead rarities. Super little classic.
Yeah.
Again, late 1800s.
See that? Yeah,
Came
they're
from
old.
the Beige Mine in Derbyshire.
The Beige Mine, okay.
You know, if we ever see things like this, it's just a latite, one of the rare exotic minerals.
Very difficult to get this. Never had one. Yeah, it's extremely rare to get these. Never seen it on the market. Yeah, very fine. These atacamites, anytime they get over an inch, this is about an inch and almost inch and a quarter, from Australia, I believe.
Yeah, from the famous Wallaroo mine.
Yeah, and they're very desirable, well terminated and everything. But these are just difficult to get, and anytime I see it, I make sure I pick it up and show people because these are just plain hard to get.
So now we're going to have a look at a couple of holy cow minerals, David.
I've used every end.
So if you stay here, I'm going to get you stand right here. I'm going to get Deanna to come around and show you a couple of holy cow minerals.
Very good. Let's do that. Now you have something to show me.
Yes,
special.
I have something to show you. You will really like.
Great. Ooh.
It's coming out of a really, really old find 30 years ago on a Patanera mine.
Exactly.
So it's not one of the old ones, so it's really old. So, and as you see, the color is just stunning.
Not only the colors, the transparency and the size, the diameter of the crystal. It's fabulous. And this came out approximately
30 years ago.
Okay.
Yes.
That's fantastic. Very transparent, beautiful blue.
I think Lois has a few things to show you,
Oh,
so
good.
I think I'll let her take over. And
Okay.
yeah, it was nice
Diane,
to see you again.
Nice seeing you again.
Yes.
And I wish you well with the success of the show, and I know you're going to do very well here.
Thank you.
A lot of activity starting to take place now.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's getting busy.
Yeah, it's getting busy. Lois, how you doing?
Hey, sweetie, good to see you.
Nice seeing you.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
You have something to show me?
I do.
Special?
I got something really cool. As you
Okay.
know, Wayne and Ian have been selling minerals for years,
Exactly.
and especially Wayne has been in the gold business forever. Years ago, he sold this beautiful specimen, and it's on front of this catalog. This was in 1988.
Okay.
And as you can see, it's a stunning piece.
Yes.
And we just recently acquired it again.
Oh, good. Okay.
So I will show you this thing. This is one that's seeing is believing. This is an amazing piece.
Beautiful.
And the size is fabulous on that. And so that is...
It's just like a bonsai tree.
Absolutely.
Look at that.
And when I was going through an old book collection, Wayne just acquired also, and that's where I found this catalog.
Oh, good. Okay. That is
So
really
isn't that cool to have
something.
the original catalog and the original specimen?
Oh, and Seaver's on it. That's
absolutely.
Fantastic. You know, it's really fun to get some of the minerals back if you could possibly get them back. And sometimes they get back, and boy,
well,
it's
some
really
of them you're so happy to get back, especially the golds.
Yeah.
You know, we've had so many golds that we've purchased back in the, the last 4 or 5 years. And there's stuff that has been sold in the last 25, 30 years. So it's wonderful, because these are the cream of the crop of the golds. So it's wonderful to get this stuff.
Yeah. Congratulations.
So thank you so much. Pleasure to see you
Enjoy
both
it.
again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hi, Dave.
How are you doing?
I'm fine,
Good.
thank you.
I see things in here that catch my eye, and what I caught right away, looking in this case, are the 2 fluorites. With the colors, they're so extreme and they're so beautiful. Let's just bring one out at a time. Beautiful octahedron, and is this a French one?
Yes.
Yeah, it is
from
French.
the
I thought
French
so,
side of Mont Blanc.
Exactly. And they seem to have a more intense color to them. Am I right? Yeah. I've never seen this color in any of the Swiss ones. I've seen good color, don't get me wrong, but it seemed like the French ones really have the color, and of course it's gorgeous, needless to say, the octahedron.
An old-timer US come back home.
What a color. Now this color from that locality is really a killer blue, because usually they're kind of this color, but this is really a fabulous shade of blue. But when you put those two together, what a pair that makes. It's a real eye stopper.
It's from Lebex. It's in the right center of France, and the mine closed in 1970 and was immediately flooded. That means those are from the late 60s.
Okay. That's a beautiful specimen. Love that.
It's one from Elmwood, Tennessee.
Elmwood, yeah. Okay.
A complete floater.
Beautiful.
And I like the architecture of the specimen.
Exactly. It's a beautiful piece. Boy, that Elmwood, boy, did they get beautiful things out of there. Beautiful, delicate color to that fluorite, a nice lavender color. That's very fine.
It's
that Chinese
fluorite on quartz from Changbao in China.
China, yeah. Isn't that a pretty thing? Just hanging off of there like that. You have a lot of lovely fluorites in here.
Another US treasure coming back home.
Oh, isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Wow. Yeah, there's collectors that love to collect just fluorite, and you can see why. They're so beautiful. There's such a variety.
It's an old-timer from Diamantina, Brazil.
Wow.
Bought in 1975 by a friend in Paris.
Very good. Beautiful. It's a real showy piece. Yeah. And I've never seen it this real pale smoky. Usually these get in the deeper color, but boy, what a contrast that thing makes. Crocoite. Okay.
But it's not a new one, it's an old-timer.
Okay. And these are terminated. Now that's nice. Yeah. See, when you get these terminated, and it isn't just one termination, so you have several of these terminated, the color, the luster is truly magnificent.
Green, deep green pyromorphite from Lafarge.
Everybody wants one of these. They're so hard to get.
The very famous
perfect
green
little
pocket.
miniature. Yeah, look at that. Everybody wants these. Classic. Beautiful miniature. Ellen, thank you very much, and I appreciate you sharing.